Time for us to have a conversation with the Council for Technical and Vocational Education and Training. We're talking about a number of things, including a competition that's coming up. It's the Technical and Vocational Education Training. But there's a competition that's coming up. But we also want to talk about, in the phase of the free SHS, how has technical education changed? There are few perceptions about technical education. Where are we with that? Let me just introduce to you Executive Director of the Council for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, Dr. Fred Che Asamoah, who is here in the studio. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for inviting me.
But let's begin with the intake in terms of technical institutions. First of all, we have about over 40 of the technical institutions.
Under Ministry of Education, we have about 48 technical institutes. We have about 30 plus under MVTI. We have the OICs. We have the ISS centers. We have gratis. So TVET institutions in Ghana is scattered across almost 19 ministries in the country. So we have quite a bit of them.
Okay. But we still talk about the fact that it is not attracting a lot of students. With free SHS, at least the first batch of the double track, how has it featured well in terms of student picking technical institutions?
Let me say that there has been some measures put in place to encourage more students go to the TVET institutions. As part of the measures is where this year when for placement, students had 5 options to choose from, and one of the options was to choose a technical institute. Okay. And since the free SHS is given to the students under the Ministry of Education, specifically GES, for the students that are going to GES institutions for TVET, it's free.
Okay. Absolutely free?
Absolutely free.
Including all the things that you have to buy for the training?
You know, it costs about 4 times to train one TVET graduate compared to the normal grammar student. And consumables are free as part of the free SHS, yes.
Okay. So you are there, you are the executive director. What is it about technical training, technical institutions in Ghana? What is it about it that makes it not so attractive?
I think it's a couple of things. One, TVET has to respond to the industry. Okay, so the industry first have to recognize it and look at the structures in the country that is supporting or managing TVET. If in my earlier submission, I said TVET is scattered under 19 different ministries, so there's a lack of coherency. Okay. Okay, so it's very difficult. When I came, I went to your back room. This place is going to be successful not only because of you. Even your aspect is somehow TVET, but the backroom staff, they are more important than what we, the managers, do. For every workplace, TVET is 80% of the skills that is needed in that environment. So for that environment to be successful, you need an effort to be put in for about 80% to reflect on TVET. In this country, we have multiple certifications for TVET. We have the MVTI, we have the GES, we have NAPTEX, and some without even certification. So if you opt for an option that the industry doesn't recognize, most parents wouldn't want to support the awards. Every parent wants their child to be responsible, to have some kind of employment, to be able to take care of themselves and probably their parents when they grow. And that is the basic requirement every parent wants. So if they don't see an end to what their child is going to do, they wouldn't want to.
True.
So that multiplicity has contributed to it. There are different standards too. So the kind of training that you are having in one system might be different. Okay. The industry keeps changing. Maybe in next year when I visit you, the way you work here will be different. So the training that is happening at ATTC or is happening every other place should respond to you today, tomorrow, and what you want to do in
But
future.
is it changing? Are you responding to the changes?
Exactly. That is why the TVET transformation agenda has been put in motion. Okay. First is to come out with a 5-year strategic plan. We look at the best practices across the world. Countries like Singapore, Malaysia, they had 5-year strategic plans which they worked with. Malaysia had gone through about 8 of them starting from 1980. And our 5-year strategic plan that has been approved by cabinet is looking at 5 objectives to be able to transform this. One, to bring some kind of coherency in the governance.
Okay.
That's why all TVET institutions are being realigned to one ministry, Ministry of Education, to ensure that now we can have a better and effective management of the system. Then, of course, we'll have bodies that will look at regulation, because now every different agencies are somehow overseeing different kinds of regulations.
True.
So it's very easy for people to go through the cracks.
Yeah, but just a quick one, and then we get into the competition because of time. Is this going to cut across governments? Because you cite the Singapore and Malaysia, which is a good thing, but 5-year plan, which is May, you know, and a new government may come to meet this. Would they maintain this?
Yes.
Has this come to stay? Because, you know, that's also one of our biggest challenges.
You see, the 5-year strategic plan feeds into our national development plan. Okay. So, and with this 5-year strategic plan that have been put in place, I'm not saying the NPP government is going to move on, but every government that has this country at heart will never touch this 5-year strategic plan.
All right.
Because it has so much that if we focus on it, our industries are going to be successful. We can help the local industry move to the next level. We can add more value to our products and services, and we can export both service and we can export both products.
Okay, we can have a longer conversation on that sometime. But tell us about the national skills competition.
Okay, so in this world, we have what we call the World Skills Competition, which is an Olympic competition for skills. And the membership is about 79 countries.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Africa, we have only 5 countries, which excludes Ghana. Okay, so with the TVET transformation agenda that has been put in place, these are one of the best practices, and we've gotten approval from the government, specifically from the president and from the Minister of Education, to join the World Skills Competition. So that's a good thing that we have to applaud for. So this skill competition in the advanced countries is used to support and change the perception we all have about TVET. People think only the academically challenged can go to TVET, which is not true. We need the smart ones to operate these machines here. We need the smart ones to build this structure and regulate everything here. Other than that, it will collapse. So it's to do that, change perception. And not only that, it also helps you to evidently find the gaps that you have in your systems. For instance, we are going to have, as one of the trade areas students are going to compete for, is mechatronics. Now, if we have our students competing in mechatronics, and it's based on the world standard, and Ghana goes to the next one to compete on the world skills competition, and we are not able to meet the standard, it tells us that yes, whatever we are doing is working or not. We can come back and quickly reflect that change in our curriculum.
Okay.
And there are a lot that we have to talk about CBT that it lines to that, because with the CBT approach, you realize that curriculums have to be reviewed at most every 5 years. Okay. So the competition, as I said, is to help change the perception.
Okay.
And in stages.
But so this is to help us be parts of the global competition. So where are we with the competition? What is happening next?
Okay. So in September, we had the zonal competition, which was organized in Accra and Kumasi, both the northern and southern zone. The winners for the first 3 places are coming to Accra to compete in the national skill competition. This is the first one in our series of joining the World Skills Competition. This year in November, this same month, the winners will be going to Kigali to join 7 other countries to have the first World Skills African competition. And we hope to also compete in Russia next year for the World Skills competition. The one exciting thing is 3 of our competitors will be going to Italy for 1 week to upgrade their skills before we go to Kigali. You know, Rwanda is serious about TVET. Ghana is being more serious about TVET because we can only be successful if our TVET sector improves. The issue about unemployment, which is a headache for the president, can be curbed if we can improve on our TVET system. One that report is relevant to the job market and response to the job market. If we do that, we can only train people for jobs that are available now or yet to come. We won't train our graduates to go through our education system for 16 to 20 years plus and come and stay home for 8 years. It's very bad, and we are excited that we have this in Ghana.
So what's the dates?
It's starting from tomorrow through to Friday. Well, we are excited to have His Excellency the President of the Republic to grace the occasion and to open the first ever national skills competition.
Venue?
In Ghana. Venue is the Trade Fair Center, Pavilion A to be specific.
All right. Well, what time tomorrow?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
And all of us can pass through?
Not pass, should be part of the whole 4-day competition.
All right.
Students or competitors. In TVET, we say learners, because we want you to be able to learn and do what you say. You don't want you to just go through theory and come out and not be able to perform. We don't want JoyNews to employ students and spend a year or 2 to retrain them. We rather want you to orient them if they are ready for jobs. So for the 4 days, starting from Tuesday to Friday, they'll be given different tasks to perform for different trade areas.
All right. We have to end our conversation here, obviously, because of time, but we'll be following keenly this competition. Dr. Fred Che Asamoah, Executive Director, Council for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, COTVET. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Stay with us. One more thing. Becky is coming up next with a wrap of some of the things that happened in the world of entertainment over the weekend. It's brought to us by Awake Purified Water.